is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today I was going to talk about I guess the pros and cons of daily driving in Integra. But then when I was about to film the video, my parents had to go to the supermarket. So now I'm sitting at the supermarket talking to myself in my car with my seatbelt on when I'm stopped. I should probably take this off. But in a BMW just pulled up in front of me. This lady probably thinks I'm nuts talking to myself, but you know, whatever. So anyways, let's see, I think that might be better. So I had to film a video and I was like, you know what, I'm going to talk about there was some stuff in Formula 1 this week, but there was no race, so I don't really have anything to talk about yet. Although I think the big news of the week, I guess you can say, is that Honda is leaving Formula 1 after 2021. And this throws a whole wrench into the driver market, as well as, you know, Red Bull's timeline for the next couple of years. And it just raises a lot more questions than answers. Like for me, I'm just wondering, like, why is Honda still in IndyCar, but they're not going to be in Formula 1 anymore? Of course, there's a whole bunch of speculation about the next generation. You know, I think it's Yuki or Yuji. I never know his name, but Tsunoda from Formula 2. Apparently, AlphaTauri didn't want him in the car, so apparently Honda just didn't do it because Tsunoda is Honda backed. But there's probably a whole list of reasons, and we're never gonna know why Honda doesn't want to do Formula 1 anymore, but they're staying in IndyCar. There is speculation though, so I'm not really up on it. So you know, it's not really any of my business. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what to do. It's getting really hot in here. I don't know if I want the AC or the window open. Could have the window open, but then people would hear me and look at me like I'm insane. So, you know, guess I'll keep the AC on for now. But there's speculation about that. That's pretty much all the news this week for Formula 1. Just that Honda's gone, and you guys know I'm a Honda boy. So the fact that they're leaving does make me a little sad. But then also my Red Bull, my ever-loving Red Bull doesn't have an engine for after 2021, and speculation is saying that they're gonna have to buy a Renault engine. Or they're not gonna buy. Renault has to provide them engines because Renault is the team with the least amount of teams buying their engines right now. So cue all the Red Bull Renault memes. But that's not the point of today's video. We could talk about that later. I was gonna talk about today daily driving in Integra. Yes, my Teggy. I haven't talked about her for a while. I haven't really had anything to do. I haven't been able to go anywhere, so I've kind of been talking about Formula 1 a lot. But, you know, I figured today, Teggy deserves a video again. I don't know a good name other than Teggy. Terry, though. Terry the Integra. Terry the Teggy. That does have a good ring to it. I like that a lot. But, yes, so I'll figure out a name later. But I was going to talk about the pros and cons of driving an Integra. You know, there's a few in each I can think of off the top of my head. But I guess we'll go over the cons first. It's the easiest for me to think about. First con, at least the ones I deal with. First con is tailgaters. People seem to love to tailgate me. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I'm a small car, they can push me around. I don't know what it is. People just always tailgate me. And it makes me mad. It makes me really mad. I want to brake check them. I want to brake check those people. But then my problem with brake checking those people is those people are always taller than my car. So when I brake check them, they'll just run me over. And I'd be squashed like a bug. So there's no point for me to do that. I could, but, you know, I don't think it'd end that well for me. Second, other people's tail lights, especially now, BMWs and Mercedes and stuff, their tail lights are super bright. And I'm really low to the ground, and my mirrors, my side view mirrors and my rear view mirror, they're always within the line of sight of that mirror, and sometimes they're just tall enough that only their lights are in the mirrors. And whenever I look, I get blinded, and it pisses me off because I can't see anything. And I would raise my car, right? But then who the hell raises an Integra? You lower the car. But if I lower the car, the lower I get, the more headlights I get. So I have this really big dilemma. do I raise my car or do I lower it? You know? But I think I'll obviously end up lowering it just because lower looks so much better. I mean, come on. I don't want monster truck ride height. Like, are you serious? If you want monster truck ride height on your car, stop it. Get some help. And then third is like potholes. Like, you can't imagine the trouble I go through in a low car dealing with potholes. Like, I scraped just coming up a driveway. Like, this car is kind of low. It pisses me off a little sometimes. Like, I was like, okay, so the driveway was a little steep. It was a little more of a, like, I think it was a little more steeper than normal, and I probably went in really weird because I went in kind of like this. So I think like over there, the back right scraped on the floor. I was just like, dude, this is stock. How the hell am I scraping already? Like, if I go any lower than this, I'm gonna scrape like constantly, and like potholes, and I get like, you know, mods and stuff. Like, I start doing front lips and stuff. Am I gonna like fuck up my car? Like, holy shit! So many people are pulling in right now, looking at me like I'm nuts talking to my car. But yeah, so I do have to deal with like scraping sometimes, which, like, how, dude? This is such a low car. Oh my god. But that's really about it for me. Honestly, there's not a lot of, I mean, there's a few more, but I just can't remember them right now. I don't know if it's because I'm nervous, because there's like a bunch of people around, and I'm not used to talking to my camera in my car in the parking lot of a supermarket by myself. Yeah, maybe that's it. You know, I don't know. But I can't think of the other cons on the top of my head right now. But I guess I'll go over the pros now. One of the pros, I guess, would be this car's really cheap. Before you say anything, I did get this car from my parents, so zero is still better than cheap. So, but I think this is a really good first project car. There's like a bunch of freaking mods you can do. And then, of course, it's freaking cheap. You can probably find a really nice one for under like $3,000, honestly. And that's not too bad for a starter car, I'm gonna say. Like, it's not the worst, but it's not the worst. I mean, honestly, like, it was either this or a Miata. I mean, come on, like, I don't want to diss on any Miata owners, but I'd rather have a Teggy. You know, more backseat room. Backseat, I can take people around. I can take both my parents in this car. So, I mean, you know, that gives you an idea. Cars, like I said, and, you know, I'm sorry, I'm rambling right now, but, you know, I have a lot more storage space than I would have a Miata. Like, the Integra's a really small car, but it feels like really big. It's one of those cars, so I don't really feel claustrophobic. Oh, that Mercedes almost hit that guy. Oh, this Lexus just, oh no, okay. Oh man, I thought she was about to steal someone's parking spot. Okay, but yeah, as I was saying, it is a really tiny car, but it feels like really big, which is what I really like about it. I can take like a ton of stuff with me. And then second pro, I guess, it is a really good beginner's car. I don't know if I've said this before, but because the car is so low to the ground, you can see like all the lines on the floor. Like, you can see, like, you know, the road lines and everything. So I guess that to me is like a pro and a con. Like, it's so low for me that sometimes I scrape, but it's also low enough that I can like see the lines and I don't get like, you know, I won't start driving in the center or stuff, you know. Like, I can see where the line is and I can position myself on the road because of that, if that makes sense. And, you know, yeah, sure, I get blinded by headlights at night, but I think most of the time I'm not driving at night. Yeah. So, I don't really, it doesn't really bother me as much now. Like, maybe if I start driving around a lot at night, it'll start annoying me a little more, but for now, it's not really that annoying. I'm trying to think of like more right now, and I can't, because people are staring at me. It makes me nervous. But I will only see these people once, hopefully, so I don't care. Yeah, you know what? Okay, I'll try to think of some more, like, on the spot. Holy crap! All right, okay. This car, I'm pretty sure mods are kind of cheap. I've looked up mods before for this car. I think I saw a set of coils for like 500 or something like that. And I don't know, like, in terms of like 4-cylinder really nice Honda Civics, if that's a decent price. I think that is pretty decent. You know, Integras are pretty common, so I don't imagine like aftermarket parts would be that expensive. But you know, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff you could do to a Teggy that I haven't really gotten into yet. You know, maybe I could put a body kit, but I think some people like I could put a body kit, but Teggies don't look good with body kits in my opinion. So don't really want to do that. You know, aftermarket parts are so easy for this car. You know, swaps are easy, wheels are really easy. You know, I mean, the pros of this. I mean, there's so many pros. I guess. I think it's just like balanced for each, balanced as all things should be. Is it good? Okay, but you know, the car is really cheap. Like I said, this is a really good beginner car in my opinion. You can find a decent one. I think you should buy it. Now, of course, you're never going to find like a Type R for like $5,000. Okay, that's just impossible. Type Rs are worth like $80,000 now. So, you know, unless you're a teenager with like $80,000 to go down the drain, I suggest you buy a Type R. But if you're not, then don't. Unless you have a silver spoon in your mouth, unless you had like one of those things in your mouth when you were born, don't buy a Type R. Unless you really want to, right? But honestly, maybe I'll buy a Type R one day. For like a good price, like maybe under like 30 G's if I get like really lucky. But of course, finding a Type R at that price is literally impossible. But you know, doesn't hurt to dream. Does not hurt to dream. Oh, man. I mean, you know, I wouldn't say yeah, I think I would say I do love my Teggy a lot. There are a lot of things about this car that, you know, the pros outweigh the cons, even though I think I presented the same number. So yeah, they definitely outweigh them. Like I said, you know, there's a lot of space. Oh yeah, the trunk. This is a hatch. There's like a ton of space in the back. Plus, the rear two seats fold down. That's like I don't know how many cubic feet, but because the two seats fold down, two people. It's two people's cubic feet worth of space. You know, so, hey, if you need a car that can take 4 people and haul a bunch of stuff, the Teggy's for you then, I guess. But, honestly, I really can't think of anything else. I mean, yeah, my car is probably like the bottom 5% of nice Teggies, but you know, I mean, it's mine. That's why I love it so much, you know, so I mean, you know, this car does have a lot of quirks and stuff, but it's my Teggy, and for that I love it. But oh man, that's about all I can think about for now. If there are any more, I guess you guys should, just like the 10 people that watch this should comment below. And, you know, if you made it this far in the video, first, thanks. But if you made it this far in the video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It would really, really help me out right now. And until next time, I will see you guys the next time I make a video, which should be next Sunday, talking about the German Grand Prix at the Nürburgring. So, till then, I will see you guys later.